Which cereal mascot would win in a fight? Round 2! We already done this once before, but now we have selected new mascots.
So, my champion is good old Tony the Tiger of Frosted Flakes fame.
So, my fighter, I looked at Trix. I looked at the Trix rabbit, whose name is actually just Trix, spelled Tricks.
I had, as I've mentioned a few times, Toucan Sam, the Sam Man himself, and his mascot cereal, Fruit Loops.
Okay, so those are the 3 fighters.
So now the question is, where are we fighting?
Well, they're all animals.
So what we decided, you don't have to think about it, Chris.
Actually, I forgot what we decided, because we said a bunch of things. I don't actually know which one we decided on.
So we decided to do it. Chris, you want to do it in a zoo, and I wanted to do it in a forest, and when we couldn't think of a place, we kind of just default to Central Park as our battlegrounds, which happens to have a zoo and trees in it, so
it's kind of
we decided that was a good battleground.
Best of both worlds.
So our battleground is Central Park, which I don't think gives any of us a particular advantage.
I don't really think any place would give anyone an advantage.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I almost want to eliminate the Trix Rabbit.
Why?
Yeah.
So let's put it this way. You're like, given that you can't really attack very good.
I guess I don't have attacks, but I can hide really good. So I have no way of beating you guys, I guess.
And even the hiding, I think I'm a hard counter because my very powerful thing is sniffing, which really is the like anti-disguising.
This is true.
I don't know if, like, I guess you sniff rabbit.
Yeah, I can smell anything, and I can smell it from fucking far, and then I just follow my nose, and then I punch you into the fucking stratosphere because I'm super strong.
Let me give Chris some cover here, because I'm gonna slightly alter the furry situation. I think furries show up not just because of Tony the Tiger, because there are 3 human-esque animals in Central Park right now, which is a pretty rare opportunity for them. So furries start congregating, which I think is gonna make you want to stop using your nose, maybe a little bit.
I guess you could give him smell cover.
Right. And some disguise possibilities.
And they're all going to be rooting me on because they all like me.
They all like all of us. Let's be perfectly clear here.
So then I guess the question is, how strong is Tony the Tiger and how strong is Toucan Sam in relation to each other?
I'm going to say that when supercharged, Tony might be stronger.
Yeah, it sounds like Tony is like way stronger when he's supercharged, but it's short-lived.
Right, exactly.
I forgot, did we decide in the previous one if you're allowed to eat your own cereal to power up?
I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't think it came up.
May have been irrelevant. I guess Lucky had his charms.
Yeah, Lucky had his charms.
Okay, so I can't take away your Frosted Flakes. I guess I wouldn't take away your only power anyway.
I'm still a little iffy about your super strength.
You're just mad because I want to eliminate you because your guy is not good at, because the Trick Rabbit's not good at fighting. This isn't a reflection on you, Chris. This is we have to take this seriously.
There's no explicit, I don't know, announcement that he has super strength.
Right, but there's a mounting evidence. I have 6 commercials worth of evidence that he has super strength.
It's ambiguous.
It's not ambiguous, Chris. You weren't there. You didn't watch 72 Can Sam commercials with me. I think that's actually an underestimation. Jesus Christ.
What are we doing with our lives?
All right, so I'm gonna fly around and try to punch you people. What are you guys trying to do?
I mean, I guess my whole strategy would just be to hide for the most part and wait for one of you to kill the other.
Yeah, it's probably your best option.
But then Marcus's whole nose thing kind of throws a wrench in that.
Yeah. So I guess if that's the plan, then what happens when Tony meets Toucan?
Sounds like the start of like a fan fiction.
And it basically is.
I wonder if I just let the furries get you. Because I can fly. You guys can't fly. And there's a lot of furries in Manhattan.
There are a lot of furries in Manhattan.
I mean, I just disguise myself from the furries. That's all I do.
What would you disguise yourself as, a furry?
I could if I wanted to.
That's
He's a master of disguise. He can disguise himself as like a real person if he wants.
But that still leads to problems. So maybe Toucan Sam just wins. Unless I can get like a quick supercharge off.
Actually, this is interesting because Chris has 2 options. He can either disguise himself as an animal and get molested by the furries, or he can disguise himself as a human and be the only human in a field of furries. A field of furries.
This has a much less clear outcome than the other ones of these we've done.
Yeah.
So what is this biggest feat of strength that Tony the Tiger has done?
I mean, the tree thing is pretty impressive to me.
Yeah.
That takes
I'd
a lot. Yes.
I'd say
so that is a lot.
shows that he's stronger than Toucan Sam
Yeah.
when he has the Fruit Loops or the Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's and they were like full-size trees.
Oh, wait, and also, yeah, they were full-size like palm trees, and also something that actually is kind of a game changer. It's not like he stood between them and his arms stretched out and grabbed them and pulled them in.
Oh, yeah.
So that's actually a game changer with regards to flying.
It's not just strength.
Yeah. So that one in particular is actually pretty bad for you.
Oh, yeah, that's good. So it might be a toss-up. Like,
Well, does he have Frosted Flakes with him or not?
I mean,
That's a
he's
good
got
question.
to have.
If he
like, just,
does,
like,
I think he wins.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's hard to quantify because I don't have specific examples, but I will say Toucan Sam is a hardy boy. He takes a lot of punishment in his commercials because he had like a whole series where he would end up in danger, and there'd be like a good just minute of him getting like attacked by an alien and like the shit kicked out of, mostly by tentacles.
Right.
So again, he's familiar with stretchy arms. I'm gonna throw that into the tentacle category.
Furries and tentacles, we are just the worst parts of the internet right now.
So do we want to throw some percentages on here?
Yeah, we can do some percentages.
Sure.
All right. So what has to go right for Trix Rabbit to win? So one of us has there's one of us left,
Right.
and then
So
we have to.
I think if Tony's left, so it depends on how many like supplies of Frosted Flakes he has. Because if he has more than one like instance of superpower, then Trix Rabbit doesn't really stand a chance. But if he doesn't, then Tony doesn't really do anything else.
I mean, he is, if nothing else, an 8-foot tall tiger man.
With no claws or teeth.
Yeah, but I still think against a relatively standard-sized rabbit.
But I could use my disguises in my favor to like manipulate other people to help me.
Right, you could.
He could disguise himself as the sexiest Tony the Tiger, and then like go right up to you, and then just as like your two silhouettes overlap, he disappears. He goes back to rabbit and disappears.
I mean, I could like disguise myself as like animal control and then like get a whole bunch of animal control people to get you.
That works. Okay, so we're gonna say like 20% chance you beat Tony?
Sure. I mean, definitely Tony has a better chance of winning.
Right, yeah. I was somewhere in like the 20 to 30 range is kind of what I figured.
Yeah, so are we just saying between Trix and Tony right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like 75-25.
That's reasonable. And I feel like it's less for
Probably less for
Toucan
Toucan Sam.
Yeah. Like 85-15 or something.
Just because of the nose thing.
Yeah, let me get a spreadsheet up so I can actually multiply out these odds. So if we have Trix versus Tony, that's 0.75, 0.25, and then Trix versus is
Toucan.
Toucan. That's my guy. So it's 0.85 and 0.15.
All right. And
then
the question is,
we have to figure out just Tony versus Toucan Sam.
I think
So yeah, this is. I do
Tony
think you have
has
the
the
advantage.
edge slightly.
It depends on how much of a beating Toucan Sam can take before Tony's gas runs out.
right.
So it's probably like.
I mean, proportionally though, his strength I think is just completely unmatched.
I don't think I'm too far off. Like I'm like one transformation down by by Dragon Ball Z standards. Like I'll get punched through the mountain, but I'll like stand up at the end of it.
I
maybe?
mean, so your strongest feat was carrying the car, probably, right?
Yeah, it might be throwing the grappling hook 100 feet in the air, but one of those.
And I think compared to the pointing trees is way more impressive.
Yeah, it's more about the timing. Like if I can avoid the arms,
Right. It's
grab the
exactly.
tentacle arms.
Was there any indication of how long the Frosted Flakes lasts?
I mean, it's tough to say because
The commercials are like 14 seconds long.
right. Well, and like it was always quick, but it also always lasted as long as he needed it to in that situation. So I don't know how much of it was it wearing off and how much of it being just like he was done with it, so it ended. You know.
Yeah.
But like those instances were always like a few seconds. You know.
I'm feeling 55% Tony, 45.
I was gonna say 60-40. So
Yeah,
I
like
think I'll
60
just in terms of like if it's 75-25 Tony Trix, assuming part of that is just like Tony is out of cereal.
I definitely don't think it's 55-45.
I like 60-40.
60-40 sounds more reasonable.
All right.
I think you're a little overconfident with Toucan Sam.
It's less about what he did and about just how fucking casual he was. He's like those anime characters who have just been like the high schooler who's been hiding his strength the whole time, and just like the subtle things like, oh, he just happened to not fall off that thing when he got hit by the ball or something.
Right.
All right, so now I have all this. So now I should theoretically be able to do math.
I don't know. Your performance on math in the first question is questionable.
This is where we just insert the Batman to the Batcave sound and then show up with math. Do you
You don't have the math yet.
Nope.
I don't, but that's where you can pause. All right, I have the percentages.
All right.
Through the process of simple multiplication, I have the percentages. Assuming Tony and Toucan fight, which is what I think is going to happen. Tony the Tiger has a 45% chance of winning. Toucan Sam has a 34% chance of winning the whole shebang. And the Tricks Rabbit has actually a 21% chance.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
So there it is. That's the final verdict.
Yeah.
Scientifically accurate.
Yeah.
Cannot be disputed.
Nope.
We dare you to try.